Greetings and salutations, this is Brian from Mechbladestudios. Welcome back to my look at Nintendo LABO, and today we'll be wrapping things up with the Toy-Con 02, the robot kit. Can the contents of this box justify the $80 price tag? Let's find out. Something I sort of skipped over last time was the building process itself. I wouldn't say any of the builds in the variety kit were hard, some just took longer to complete than others. Those time estimations are no joke, hence the late release. The piano took me something like 4 hours to complete. It wasn't even hard, it was just repetitive with all the keys, and everything stacked up together, it took 4 hours. Anyway, all the builds mostly consist of punching out the pieces, creasing everything inward, and then tabbing everything together. Any extra bits like the rivets, rubber bands, and marker stickers are easy to apply, with the marker stickers in particular being rather forgiving, letting you twist them to just the right angle. There are some sections that require some slight fiddling to get some pieces in place, usually if one assembly has multiple layers of cardboard folded up and has to be passed through a hole, but I never had any situation where I spent any more than, say, a minute trying to attach something. The instructions in particular were very clear and coherent. The game even gives you the ability to rotate the assembly, zoom into it, or slide it around, but the chosen angles are so good that I've rarely ever had to do so. The instructions can be fully controlled in both handheld or dock mode. Anyway, back to the robot. This is the only Toy-Con in the box other than some other decorations, supplies, and that tutorial Joy-Con holder thing that doesn't do anything. Once you have everything assembled, you put the left Joy-Con in the slot on the visor, then you stick the visor on your head. Put the right Joy-Con in the back of the backpack. The backpack's a little bit harder to put on than, say, a regular backpack, but I find if you just put both your arms up while holding it up and then just let it fall onto your back, it'll fit on just fine. Slide the foot units onto your feet, grab the handles, and you're ready to go. The controls are very simple. You pump your arms out to punch, and you raise and lower your feet to either walk or stomp. You change directions by tilting your head and torso to the side. If you stick both your arms out, you enter flight mode, which you can steer by tilting. If you kneel down, you can actually transform into a tank and fire using your punches. You can flip your visor down to enter first-person mode. It's a bit disorienting at first, but you get used to it. The way the robot works is that when you pull on the strings with either your arms or your legs, you pull these weights to the top. Each of the weights have a marker sticker on them, and the right Joy-Con's IR camera determines the location of the stickers, either up or down, and makes the on-screen robot act accordingly. You can also keep everything neat while you're not using the suit by putting the visor in the backpack along with the handles and foot straps. You can hang it too. The default mode, simply called Robot, requires you to destroy everything in your path for 5 seconds for a high score. It's basically a practice room other than the actual practice room you get by clicking down the left stick. Brief aside, the nice part of this software is that the menu controls change once you have the robot suit on, so you can just use the left Joy-Con on your visor. You build up combos as you destroy things like buildings, cars, and UFOs, and get combos as you wreck things consecutively. The mode gets more fun when you unlock all the special moves in the challenge mode, but it's a good way to just stomp around and get the hang of the suit. It's simple, but it's fun. Next up is the challenge mode, short linear levels where you have to destroy all the enemies. As you complete these levels, you unlock new special moves to your robot that you can use across all the modes that aren't the studio. The levels aren't that hard, especially because even if you die, you have unlimited lives, and the enemies you destroy are still destroyed when you respawn. Most of the difficulty comes from navigation or losing track of the last few enemies, but these are both mitigated by your minimap. These levels are fun, but unless you want to finish them faster or get higher scores, there isn't a lot of replayability to them once you unlock the special moves. The next mode is the Robot Studio. What is it? It's a Noisemaker. You select a sound or a random set of sounds, you move around, and sounds come out. You can use the default robot sounds, or use the sounds of a copyright-free kaiju, a DJ, a trombonist, a wildly annoying kung fu fighter, and so on. You can even stick the console into your backpack and walk around and make noises and annoy people. See, the noises are cool and all, but chances are they're gonna get overridden by the weights. This is the equivalent of the house from the variety kit. Kids will get a kick out of it, but it's completely skippable for anyone else. Then we have the Hangar, where you can customize the appearance of your in-game robot. You use these robot tools to change the hue, saturation, and brightness of the individual parts of the robot while the top tool is in the backpack, and the robot's thruster color, eye color, and sheen when the tool isn't in the backpack. They work perfectly fine when spinning them to adjust the setting, but when removing a tool to go to a different option, the tool stickers might move just enough for the Joy-Con to register an adjustment, meaning that you'll have to stick the tool back in to fix the color. It's a shame you can't customize the shape of any of the parts, or at least the head. The kit comes with a mask you can put over the visor that you can customize, so why not use the IR camera to scan in the shape of the mask? The Hangar isn't bad, it offers a large variety of color combinations, but given the capabilities demonstrated by the other Toy-Cons from the variety kit, is disappointingly limited. Then we've got the versus mode where you can fight another robot. This can be played with 2 players if you happen to know somebody else that dropped $80 on this kit, and the game treats this as the default option, and you wouldn't know that there was a mode for one player to fight an AI unless you found that left stick trick in the Discover tab. The rules are simple, either knock your opponent out of the ring or deplete their health. Get the most kills and you win. That said, ignoring the somewhat dim-witted AI, I can definitely see this being a lot of fun with another player, at least once you unlock all the special moves in challenge mode. I don't know if it's $160 fun, but I do wish I had a second suit to try my hand at fighting a real opponent. The calorie mode isn't a mode at all, but an option to display the number of calories burned during gameplay, as well as how many punches you've thrown and how many steps you've taken. I was expecting some sort of Wii Fit-like exercise mode. I can see why it's there. The weights that help the backpack worker provide something resembling a workout, but I wonder why this had to be displayed like it was a full-blown mode rather than an option that could be easily tucked either up top or in the pause menus or something. It's not a bad thing to include, but the method of presentation is odd. The Discover tab returns from the last game, and now that I actually have footage of the team introducing themselves that isn't corrupted, I can correct the names that I butchered last time. Professor Jerry Riggs, learn a lot with an E, and plays all the time. This doesn't change their on-the-noseness at all, but like the variety kit, character development is not the point here. 2 odd points I forgot to touch on last time. One is that you, the player, are a character in the game, mostly just hanging out with the rest of the team and answering questions in the Discover topics, leading to a final exam once you read all the topics. If you ace the exam, you don't win anything other than the title of, in this case, Robot Master. The other oddity is that if somebody goes on a tangent, there is a degree of lore involved. Plays his father, a chef, is named Eaton all the time. Do with that what you will. Overall, I give the Nintendo LABO robot kit an 8 out of 10. There's a lot to like here. The build is fun, the suit itself is sturdy, and the experience of using the robot suit is a blast. While the main and challenge modes are a lot of fun, the Hangar is limited to colors, the studio just makes noises, and while Versus is fun enough against the AI, you'd have to drop another $80 to get another robot suit to play with a friend. I still say pick it up, but it's not as mind-blowingly amazing as the variety kit. One last thing, aside from the scheduling snafu from last week, which I sincerely apologize for, I'm moving upload dates again. I'm hoping I'll be able to stabilize IRL stuff to the point I can upload on Tuesdays, but until then, the only guarantee I can give is that every week on the calendar will have an upload. I appreciate the support and understanding, and again, I apologize for that delay last week. I had a bit of an insane week IRL, combined with all the building and extra filming I had to do for such a hybridized product that resulted in a release on, ironically, the original date I used to release episodes. So again, probably Tuesdays, but I can't set that in stone until I get my schedule normalized again. So that's it for me for now. What do you guys think? Did you buy the robot kit? Is that price reasonable? What's your favorite mode? Did you modify your physical suit at all? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, leave a like and subscribe for weekly reviews of anime, video games, and movies. Also, click that bell icon so you know exactly when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. This is Brian from Mechbladestudios, signing off.